listening to The Ryan Show. This is The Ryan Show. You're listening to The Ryan Show. This is The Ryan Show. You're listening to The Ryan Show. This is The Ryan Show. You're listening to The Ryan Show. This is The Ryan Show.
Hey man, the only place I go every night is The Ryan Show.
Captain Sting, Mr. Cheeks, myself.
Check us out for an hour, enjoy yourself.
Maybe more.
Good music and special guests. Listen, we the best, forget the rest.
It's just me and Ryan, Cheeks the team. Yeah, we about to reign supreme.
Come on.
Yeah, we coming over and we taking the scene. Yeah, we should be on that limelight up on the screen. Yeah, you know my team. Yeah, we really just doing this. Flew it up every time we really just moving this.
Yeah, man, we mix it up. So all of my fellas and chicks with us. Hey, best believe we the new wave. Mr. Cheeks, Rob Boogie, and Hampton Dave. Let's go.
You're listening to The Ryan Show. This is The Ryan Show. You're listening to The Ryan Show. This is The Ryan Show. You're listening to The Ryan Show. This is The Ryan Show. You're listening to The Ryan Show. This is The Ryan Show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is finally that time of the week again. This is the premiere of The Ryan Show FM broadcasting, well, just about everywhere, globally syndicated, locally anticipated, at least that's what Hamptons Dave leads me to believe. With Hamptons in his namesake, this might be the only relatively hip-hop show to preside in the Hamptons, or at least in this Hamptons area. And not fully, I know that there's the third in Atlanta and a third in New York City.
Georgia, Nigeria, Ghana. Shout out to the whole Ghana team. Actually, you know what? I was thinking about Yusuf. That's my man. That's my motherfucking brother.
Love Yusuf Abdul Jalil. Anybody that's a fan of The Ryan Show is familiar with our dear friend Yusuf.
The Ryan Show Ghana.
The Ryan Show Africa, The Ryan Show Ghana. It kind of evolved from Ghana to Africa. Our friend Rashad from The Ryan Show Ghana. Actually, that's a great follow to anybody out there that has their phone out, because most of you do have your cell phones out, I would imagine. It's 2020. Go to Instagram and check out at The Ryan Show Ghana. Now, that's what I call the super fan.
He's really passionate. Loves it. He likes all the same things, we do.
Well, speak for yourself. I've changed a little bit since that account was created. I believe that was, 2017, 2018? We got this mega fan base over in Ghana that must have discovered us through Facebook. At first, they were soliciting us for money, but it then became an actual fandom, and they'd listen to every single show and hang on every single word they said. They would imitate us, mostly you, Hamptons Dave, talk about smoking dope and, to put it politically correct, making love to women.
Making love to the nice,
making love
to the girls of the night. We really had them. We really had them learning about American culture the right way. But
the kind of American culture that we're into.
I'm just joking. No, but really, Yusuf, took the momentum that he had from watching us, learning what we were doing, watching our shows, and then would send us pictures and videos of him with a crowd of, 100 people, and he's
emceeing events, huge events,
emceeing events, the whole tribe there.
Yeah, and Tamale over in Ghana. So yeah, huge shout out to all the fans that take us very seriously. And if you want us to follow you on our Instagram page, it's simple. Post a video of you enjoying your time listening to The Ryan Show FM. Tag your geolocation. Not only will we put it in our story for the repost after we're done listening, after we're done watching the story, we will follow you as well. That's right. We're trying to be interactive with the people out there, Dave. We've got giveaways coming up. And tonight is very exciting because for the first time in a long time, we try to bridge the gap between hip-hop and wrestling. We tried to semi-do this a few weeks back when we had the guy, what was his name? Rick Bassman on.
Yes.
But we ended up just talking wrestling. It wasn't really hip-hop at all. But tonight, we're having Enzo Amore, I should say formerly known as Enzo Amore. He's now known as Real One or Enzo.
Enzo.
That's what he's calling himself now on the independent circuit. Because you know Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon takes your name from you. If you work for the WWE, that's the last time you can be that person. Even if you use your actual birth name, I'm pretty sure he goes and he takes the copyright on it. Wouldn't even surprise me. So formerly known as Enzo Amore. I'm excited to ask him if it was more memorable to get fired by Vince McMahon than hired by Vince McMahon. Because we all know,
like, did he hit him with it? You know, he's got like,
you're fired.
It's better than like getting fired by Donald Trump. You know, he had that you're fired.
Both of them have pretty legendary ways of firing people. It's definitely not. Imagine if he hires people that way. You're hired.
Yeah.
Stupid. But we'll find out. Also, we've got Menza calling in first, though. And that's, you know, we like to call Menza. I guess you guys are kind of like two peas in a pod. Menza has a lot of love and admiration for your lifestyle, Happens Dave, the socialite lifestyle.
That's it. I like it. I think I inspired him to, you know, start putting it on the gram and start showing people. It's like some of the stuff he writes on Instagram or some of the like the reposts he does on his story. It's like he's writing a greeting card.
Right? Yeah, it's very bizarre. Like he'll take selfies of himself. But Menza is the owner of DCM, the streaming service, and it's starting to pop right now. These guys control the legacies of many of our favorite hip-hop artists. They control the royalties, or however that works, putting their music in certain places, on certain playlists.
But he's the brother. Like, I think the second when we you know, started going over to Squad Studios, like, he was the one that we, you know, linked up with immediately. He was our in there through Stud, Hostage. Shout out to Hostage Media, too. But when we started going over there, it was like Menza. We were going over there with Menza, and, you know, just through one through another, became the, you know, part of the team. And I'm happy.
Death Squad Studios.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And, you know, that's the whole thing. Streaming is the future, and Menza got into figuring it out before a lot of people. I mean, if you look right now, album sales really don't mean that much. Even getting your record spun on the radio, God forbid I say it on the radio, it doesn't mean that much. There's other places that people are going to hear their music now, you know? And that's what we try to do on this show, is give people a reason to listen. We give people a chance to hear music that they've never heard before, and hear some classics that they might not hear on the radio. And we take great pride in DJ Honky Wonky. He's one of the most prized parts of this team.
Is something else. DJ Honky Wonky is, you know, he's been one of the greatest pickups I think we've had through the show since we've been doing it since the beginning.
We've had a few radio stations reach out to us about giving Honky Wonky his very own show. And that might be something that the future holds. The Honky Wonky Hour. A mix show.
The DJ Honky Wonky Hour.
I think without further ado, we should get this night started. Later on tonight, like we mentioned, we do have Enzo, formerly known as Enzo Amore, coming in, and Menza of DCM, Deep Concept Media. I think they scratched that, and they're just DCM now. But it's DCM. A great streaming service. We're going to be playing some great music all night for you guys. Honky Wonky, how you feeling over there? We got to get that soundbite right for Honky Wonky. Yeah. But in the meanwhile, we'll be back. We've got a lot to talk about tonight and a lot of music to spin, folks. This is the Ryan Show FM, starring socialite Hamptons Dave, and a man who could not be here tonight, but will be represented through his music and artistry, Mr. Cheeks. Let's get a crack-a-lackin', baby. Honky Wonky, take it away. Let's go.
This is a story of famous dog. For the dog that chases its tail will be busy. These are clapping dogs, rhythmic dogs, harmonic dogs, house dogs, street dogs, dogs of the world unite, dancing dogs. Yeah, counting dog, funky dog. Nasty dogs. Atomic dog. Atomic dog.
And life on the floors. When you're out there walking the street, you may compete. But the dog. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Bow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Bow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Untied dog. Telematic society, change your
but the dog in your eye.
Why must I feel like that? Why must I taste the cat? Nothing but the dog in me. Why must I feel like that? Why must I taste the cat? Nothing but the dog in me. Why must I feel like that? Why must I taste the cat? Nothing but the dog in me.
Why must I feel like that? Why must I taste the cat? Nothing but the dog in me.
Do the dog catch it, dog catch it. Do the dog catch it.
Do the dog catcher, dog catcher. Do the dog catcher.
Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat?
Nothing but the dog in me. Why must I chase the cat?
Just walking the dog.
Futuristic bow wow. Leave it a pack. Wow, dog. Dog in me, nothing but the dog in me. This dog in me, nothing but the dog in me. This dog in me, dog is in me. Talking dogs. House trained dogs.
Yeah. I'm talking about Rain, Mr. Cheeks in the building tonight. Hello? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
I feel free,
Hey.
just like the wind.
Yo, how you feel tonight, Rain?
I feel free, just like the wind. Powerful, like vitamins. Can't you see the cosmos within? Universal love should be the only thing spreading.
Listen, we the future. Salute me, I salute ya. Always bring that bang, we hot even when we're not on the scene. This ain't no rap attitude. Been me, been my attitude. I flow, everybody wanna know what's good. Where you at? Where you be? Where you go? Where my work at? Watching them chicks twerking. Open that curtain, chicks still get this for certain. Get it from night to morn, they'll be fair, right or wrong. We do it every day, and all I'm trying to say is you could jump if you want to. If you want to. Live if you want to. Be mad if you want to. Act up if you want to. Hurt if you want to.
All my years are in my atmosphere.
Jump if you move now. You know how we do now. We be making freaky and every day we be higher. Rockin' to the beat. Rockin' to the now. Come on. Jump if you want to. Give if you want to. Live if you want to. Be mad if you want to.
Act up
If you want to.
hurt
If you want to.
all my years are in my atmosphere. Maria, Maria.
And we are back. We pardon this interruption of your broadcast of DJ Honky Wonky spinning on the ones and twos to let you guys know that you should be pulling out your cell phones. That's right.
Pull
And
them out right now.
Pull them out, whip them out. And we're not talking
Don't
in that
whip
way.
it
Relax.
out. We're not taking those
Pull-
pictures.
No.
You're going to pull your phone out and you're going to go to this website. It's the best website that you've ever been to in your life.
Ever in your life.
Ever. It's the best website you're ever going to go to. It's the RyanShow.net. It's the RyanShow.fm. It's
There's
the
two
whole-
websites, Hams, Dave, like you mentioned. The RyanShow.net if you want to learn more things about The Ryan Show, the cast members, the crew behind the scenes. And the RyanShow.fm is the #1 news source for actual factual news. Most people are biased, Hams, Dave. We're seeing it right now with the debates. You can take the same exact fact and stretch it 10 different ways. But on The Ryan
news.
Show, we stretch it the one way that it should be stretched, which is not at all. The truth should not be stretched. We do our best of representing what is and not what we think it is.
This
You know what I'm
isn't,
saying?
This isn't where they got the tax refund. What Trump had to pay on his taxes. He's claiming that's fake news. My man only had to pay $750, and he has the audacity to come out and say it's fake news when they have everything.
Crazy. And honestly, I'm not even sure how true that is because everything is so biased. I don't know what to believe. Do I believe CNN? Do I believe Fox? I don't believe none
Just
of
so
it.
happened to come out before the debate too. I love just the way it all happens. But that's the media, and that's why you got to love it because we wouldn't be in the positions if there wasn't that aspect. So it's
You don't
our
think
job.
so?
It's our job to make.
You look at
Fake
us like
news.
the media.
Yeah, we are the media.
Are we stretching the truth? Are we putting out the fake news that everybody
We're
is?
just vultures.
We are so not vultures. You know why? Because we have truly filled our own lane. Before we get back to DJ Honky Wonky, I want to make this clear. We are not any type of show. This is the Ryan Show universe. We state it every so often. We're in our own lane. We're not trying to get on Hot 97. We're not trying to get on Sirius XM. We really enjoy being a part of these
Shots
private
fired.
radio stations that allow us to put out whatever content that we damn well please. And it doesn't even need to be hip-hop. It doesn't even need to be jazz. It doesn't even need to be sports. We bring on entertaining guests week in and week out for your entertainment. And though there's no bias.
That's what we've been doing since the beginning, even when it was the podcast. It was never one thing. It was it was never, you could never put your finger on it and say the Ryan Show was that. It was comedy, it was serious. If we can break news, we're trying to break news. If we're trying to make you laugh, we're gonna try to make you laugh. It's just wherever it goes. And that's why I think this is unparalleled. There's no show that's running like us. This is why we're on all those stations. This is why I always like to say I like to give a shout out to all the stations that play us, all the stations that give us a chance to put our views on your stations and play us in rotation. get DJ Honky Wonky on your radio waves.
Because, you know, he is going to
I love
spin
it.
some good hip-hop, Honky Wonky. Honky Wonky definitely knows what he's doing. He picks a great selection of music. So what we're really doing, everybody, is trying our best to bridge the gap, whether it's between the wealthy whites of the Hamptons and our friends chilling in the hood of Jamaica, Queens, whether it's the intellectually superior or the idiots like myself. We're trying to bridge the gap between
Or the
all
jocks,
people,
you
all
know, we
walks
bring-
of life.
The situations that we brought people in, just to get the people that we have doing the interviews. Shout out, that's big for Mr. Cheeks. You know, he brings that aspect to us, and he introduced us to a lot of the people that we met in that side. But to bring like Mike Dowd in there, and I have Mike Dowd, like in the episode we had Mike Dowdson with Rome Streets, where he was a cop where Rome Streets grew up. And it's just, the way that goes.
That was
the
very,
Ryan
very
show.
bizarre, right? That we had Mike Dowd, who was corrupting that neighborhood for years as the most dastardly police officer, maybe in the history of the NYPD, and then a kid that grew up in that neighborhood witnessing the horrific acts of Mike Dowd and his crooked cop friends. But yeah,
To have
bridging the gap, man.
Bridging the gap, to have Freeway Ricky Ross have a book stand across from where we have our edible and weed table stand.
Yeah, oh my
at our
Lord.
live shows.
Illicit products being sold in New York. And look, it wasn't us that were like what happens at the Ryan Show. First off, it stays at the Ryan Show until we talk about it on the radio. But whatever
I
weird
blew up the
tables are
spot,
set
guys.
up there.
Everybody out there, Ryan's blushing, he's nervous.
Oh, whatever.
I
It's
blew
not like
up
we
the
can do it
spot.
anyway. Now we get shut down the second we try to have a party thanks to these government officials saying we can't have fun anymore.
Man, I was
God
at a party
forbid.
this weekend. Packed.
Doing the opposite of social distancing, a.k.a. bridging the gap.
I was definitely not social distancing, I'll tell you that. It was like a rave.
Oh,
Shout out
man.
to any...
I saw the videos. And we got to let everybody know to follow yourself, Hamptons Dave, on Instagram, because you never know where Hamptons Dave is going to be. We've had a lot of requests for Hamptons Dave drops, Hamptons Dave interviews. Dave, people are loving what they hear come out of your mouth these days.
Well, tell them to just hit me up, Hamptons Dave, anything you want to do. If you need a drop or anything, I'll do it for you. Hit me up on Hamptons Dave. Have your girlfriend hit me up in the DMs. You know, it always stays between me and her. Don't worry, it'll never be nothing. Anybody out there, any stations you need me to give a motherfucking drop, I'll drop it like it's hot.
Let's go. And on that note, or you just scrape that audio out of the show and use it on your station. But in the meanwhile, let's get back to DJ Honky Wonky on the ones and twos. We're going to be back and be joined later on by Menza of DCM and Enzo Amore. I'm sorry, formerly known as Enzo Amore, Real One, as he's calling himself now, a.k.a. Enzo. Folks, this is the Riot Show FM, and we will be back. Honky Wonky, let's go.
Hit it! We'd like to dedicate this record to all the DJs in the entire world. And all the ladies sang along, huh?
Hey DJ, just play that song, keep me dancing all night. Hey DJ, just play that song, keep me dancing all night. Hey DJ, just play that song, keep me dancing all night. Hey DJ, just play that song, keep me dancing all night.
Thanks, girls. Now thank DJs, MCs, cable TV, and radio station personalities for the new tunes we hear today, playing clear across the nation. And thank you for country, western, funk, jazz, and deaf slow records of the past. You see, we're living in a time of rock and roll, hip hop, new wave, and classical. Come on, everybody, turn your dial up and down, down and up. Find yourself, then sit back, get your face out the tube, and let it make you
Roll, roll, dance you out,
dance you out your doggone shoe. Just this, scratch the beat, world. Excuse me while I dance.
Hey DJ, just play that song, keep me dancing all night. Hey DJ, just play that song, keep me dancing all night.
Hey DJ, I must confess, you're quicker than Sugar Ray. And when you mix with your arms, your head, your mouth, knees, and feet, boy, you're smoother than Dr. J. You didn't come to the party in a limousine, yet your guts are fresh and your rap so mean. Take your 2 turntables and a microphone. You kept on,
Dancing,
keep 'em dancing all night. Rock the house.
hey DJ, just play that song, keep me dancing all night. Hey
to be a DJ? Well, girl, you gotta make them.
Roll, dance you out
Let the
your
DJ
doggone
dance you out your
shoes.
doggone shoes. And world, get together and sing.
Hey DJ, just play that song, keep me dancing all night. Hey DJ, just play that song, keep
First
me
Buffalo
dancing
gal, go around the outside.
Hey DJ, just play that song, keep me dancing.
Excuse me while I
Hey
dance.
DJ, just play that song, keep me dancing all night.
Sing along, huh?
Hey DJ, hey DJ,
And we have returned, folks. You are listening live to The Ryan Show FM. And we can be followed at The Ryan Show. It's 2020. It doesn't take much to go to Instagram and follow our page and see what's going on next. We've got quite the night ahead of us. But before we move forward, we want to give our roses, while we still can, to some of our favorite MCs that are still keeping the art of rapping alive. And there's not many of them out there these days, Hampton Dave.
Yeah, it's not
Hamptons,
even.
Dave.
I don't even really think. What'd you say? Handsome Dave?
I said Hampton Dave.
I like Handsome Dave. When people think it's Handsome Dave. No, but you can't. I really like. There's a group of people that are putting out music right now that Griselda. Shout out to Griselda, the whole camp. But like Benny the Butcher, I even like Trust. You know, Trust Gang, 38 Special. They're just making better
Cool
music than
G?
everybody out there.
Cool G Rap is just a beast still.
Yeah, they're just making better music right now. It's New York, and they're from Buffalo, but they have the most New York sound. And even like we didn't even get to talk really about Nas's album. You know, like Nas's album was so good. The Lox just dropped the album. Like a lot of really good music has just come out in the last couple months, and it's not talked about a lot because there's, you know, I don't know why.
No, why? Because they're not on TikTok. They need to be in the apps. They need to be on 2K. They need to be in the ears of the children. So tonight, DJ Honky Wonky is here to resolve that problem. And he's going to be airing some Benny the Butcher. He's going to be airing some 38 Special. Griselda, Black Soprano Family, all that good stuff. We are going to be playing a song tonight that I heard for the first time in a few months at least. Benny the Butcher featuring Black Thought. Crown for Kings. Just fire. And produced by DJ Premier. This is hip-hop at its best. When people say, look, hip-hop doesn't exist, you just need to go find a place to listen to it, a place that still airs it, like the station you're listening to right now, airing The Ryan Show, okay? So that's going to be one of the songs that we play tonight.
Crazy.
Got to give a big shout-out to DJ Honky Wonky for cleaning these tracks, because I imagine it's not easy.
Yeah, especially, I mean, all music today, it's just it'd be a lot of beep, beep. Do you go with the beeps now? Or do you
No.
just yank it
I
out?
do the beeps for when we curse on the show, but for the music, I just take half of it out so that there's a little bit missing
Like a little-
out of it.
yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't have the vocal stems to do it properly, so there's a little chunk out of the song when they say the F word or the N word or any of these words
I want
that
to
don't
make
fly.
one request for DJ Honky Wonky tonight.
What's that?
One song I want to hear. I want to hear Think of the Lox off the new album. It's the Lox featuring Benny and West Side Gun.
You hear
And
that,
it's-
Honky Wonky?
Benny's they all Jada kills it.
Dude,
You know,
Benny
Jada
is
goes
just
last.
so
You'd think
nice.
Benny would go last though, but Jada took the last verse and he bodies it.
Benny has just mastered that slow flow. And the storytelling is always there. I think Benny is one of the most underrated storytellers in hip-hop because the imagery when he speaks is out of control. You can actually see what he's saying. And that's an art that is lost. Like, you hear these...
New York. It's like it's just got that.
If
New
you...
York
Well,
sound.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, it's Buffalo. It is New
No,
York, and I know.
I'm not saying he's repping New York. I'm saying
You
it's
look at it as a New
sound.
York City sound.
It's New York sound. It's way more New York sound than drill is, and drill is the New York sound right now. But like,
I feel like it's its own Buffalo sound though.
You
Like
just
all
get
those
that-
guys have that upstate kind of flow. I don't know how to explain it. It's that smooth, slow delivery. Conway has it, and 38 Special kind of has it. And I just heard a crazy new song with him and Cool G Rap.
that Cool G Rap and the son of Cool G Rap, it was Cool G Rap and 38 Special. That album is fire, and it's just New York. I mean, I'm sorry, I know they're Western New York, but I just like I hear Griselda and I just get that New York City feeling that like do 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 do. The second I hear that
Yep.
do 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 do.
And West Side Gun's like is entirely his own style and his own. And that's why I say like we appreciate the lyricism behind Griselda, but it seems that West Side is kind of the mastermind behind the whole thing. I guess the business of it. It seems.
One thing about I always gave Eminem his props for was for signing them. Like I love that Eminem signed them and gave them that chance. I'm not even sure. I don't even want to put fake news out or anything. I'm not sure if they're even still signed under Shady or if Griselda maybe is a branch off of Shady.
I think it's more the latter, that it was a branch off of it, and I don't think all of them were signed. But I will say this, Eminem has an ear for it. Royce is, I still listen to Royce 5'9", and every single time I'm just blown away. Royce 5'9" is severely... I feel like he's gotten better. He's gotten so much... He's just getting better and better.
Yeah. He's way underrated. So underrated.
So nice.
If you listen to another song, you don't have to play it. Think about it. Friday Night Freestyle off the Big Sean album. I don't know if you heard that, right? It's 10 and a half minutes. It's every rapper from Detroit right now, from like T Grizzly to Eminem, and it has like Royce the 5'9" in it, Big Sean, T Grizzly, like everybody from No Names from Detroit, and it's 10 and a half minutes. The beat switches 3 times during it, and it's just a cipher, no chorus or anything, and it ends with Eminem and Royce. The last 2, they body it.
And yeah, we always talk about New York, and we give New York its props for its lyricism, but Detroit is a way smaller city, and it has some monsters. I mean, Eminem, arguably, I would say that Eminem and Royce the 5'9" are 2 of the top 5 lyricists ever in hip-hop. And I know it's controversial to say Eminem is one, but, I mean, is there anybody technically nicer than Eminem that can put a string of words together like that? The only person I feel that can kind of come close is Royce the 5'9".
And he's
just insane.
M's falling in love with that, that fast flow right now.
Yeah.
Like that's the way he's kind of going with it. And to me, it's still like the first 2-3 times you hear it, you're blown away, and then it just gets a little repetitive for me, that type of flow.
Yeah, when I listen to his songs, I'm not really sitting there to enjoy the song for the music, but more to like enjoy the complex schemes of the rhymes that he's putting together at this point.
Still has those punchlines and those lines that when it hits, you have to think about like 2 or 3 times, and it's just, but that permanent stank face. Like I have that permanent stank face when I sit there listening to Eminem, even if I'm not just appreciating the skill behind it is almost different than enjoying the music. Just when you hear that type of language used, it just blows my mind every time. So that being said, Honky Wonky's got quite a clip full of ammo after us mentioning all of those songs that he should be choosing from. So on that note, let's play some real hip hop hymns. Dave, Honky Wonky, what do you think? Folks, this is the Ryan Show FM, playing and premiering only our favorite hip-hop. If you don't got bars and you can't really rap, stay the hell away from us. Hamptons Dave, Honky Wonky, let's get it crank-a-lackin', baby. I mean...
Every king will be crowned. Trust me. This marathon so let's see who first to the finish. If it's less than 100 racks, it don't deserve your attention, cause burdens come with it. My second test was serving a sentence. My first was make a brick jump like it was hurdling fences. Certainly, my last was a courtesy, nigga. And further, we had bust downs before you heard of me, nigga. Shoe boxes stacked with racks sitting vertically in them. I'm fresh out of luck, I'm here cause I deserve to be, nigga. I sat back a vet and watched beginners winning my belts. Burnt my bridges, came back a good swimmer like Phelps. You know the feeling, young black male, what y'all dealing. Take your whole life to get it, it only lasts you a minute. In the kitchen counting cash with cats with backward agendas. Put a Benz in a break, then toss it back in the blender, that was us. Next to a big like I was Puff, the good die young. All the OGs 30 and up, and Alexander McQueen kicks just to dirty him up. Money tree branches break when they not sturdy enough. See, I was good with the bad guy roll. Water in my jewels, put them on and baptize hoes. Walk in my shoes, we got shack size souls. With flatline nose, whack rap niggas wearing half size clothes. What's the dilly? I'm only about 6 hours from Philly. That's an hour on a plane, I make it 3 in the Bentley. My keep saying I'm famous, but it ain't hit me. I'm too ghetto, mellowed out. This Hollywood shit tricky. See, you
before I knew an A&R. I was weighing hard back when Nicki Minaj was in a training bra. You play this game, you better play it hard. The judge give you life, and later that day, he gonna be playing golf. I'm from the era we don't pay it if you waited wrong. Back when your parents got your baby shoes plated bronze. We took hip-hop and made it off. I sold quarters, just so happened I'm the author of your favorite songs. They bullshit me, I played along. More balls than them niggas who got hit with the Reagan laws. Let's go.
Yeah, when we was hooked in the hood, getting booked like literature kept us shook. Like when the boogeyman come in to get you, we was crooks, trying to cop more rides and great adventure. Any image we took, not a father was in the picture. There was times, not a bite nor swallow was in the kitchen. Real made an industry out of their intuition, facing the darkest outcome, sprinting to outrun the reaper, trying not to be the food in the mouth for the beast for whom the bell tolls. Crown kings in Adidas suits and shell toes. We had to throw a lot of body blows and elbows, wishing we could get from Snyder Ave to Melrose without the dapper damn body bags and jail clothes that warn niggas not the lollygag when hell rose. We railroaded through the thick of things for gold chains and chicken chains, knowing throwing flames is growing pains. When in the game and the blow, ashes in the snow, it's no remains. Push the wheel as fast as it could go. We overcame the obstacles, but when you official, the block miss you. Even if the old crew choose not to rock with you, we was blue-black, stuck in the glue trap. I had to pull my own self up by the bootstrap, where everybody play their own part like a tooth gap. And old heads teach the young hitters to shoot back. I've been living proof that the pressure make precious stones, and real Clarence savants remain lesser known. But anybody who question you, send a message to them. I see my seat at the table to be a blessed throne. Triumph in tragedy, his majesty muscle never atrophy. The devil is a casualty sucker. You never capture me, even though you've been after me, motherfucker. You gotta bring an army to harm me. I occupy the capacity of decapitator of a hater in this modern day. My dossier no less than L'Esprit Cavassier. I'm Jean-Paul Gaultier, Tom Ford and Cartier self-made. A fly vintage from the Sommelier of reserve, flowing from the blackest fountain. It's all love from public housing to the Atlas Mountains. I've established the average to always bat 1,000. So after butchering this track, it's back to counting the money generated from me leaving microphones broke. Probably almost on par with all of Escobar's coke. When I'm finished, I'ma keep a tennis shoe on your throat, just in case you mention in an interview you want smoke. 2 for 10.
Money do. I'ma need that G pickup truck colored honeydew. Cantaloupe colored the interior. Whoever acts superior will pop them with a 22. Had a car and a condo with 22. Birds holding birds coming up Route 22. Ain't a cup of liquor, but know he's 100 proof. Cut the legs off of niggas saying they run with you. I'm the pothead, the cool homie to vibe with. Violate, you ought to bring a homie to die with. I blow an eighth, think of states that I could buy in. Copping a state, think of weight that I could fly in. Can you hear me now? Like Verizon, King of New York, bang your head right on the hydrant. Pops always told me to think out the box. So when you think about the best, nigga, think of the lot.
$500,000 on the neck, got him big mad. You think you taking this shit, you getting shit back. Little 200, got the coupe all red. The real locked up in the vest, all dead, that's facts. 30 plus clips in that stat. I aim for the body, but I hit all that. These rap niggas ain't real, shooting out the corner, man. One hand on the wheel.
On a toy like a b-boy, park the whip, make my son come downstairs and watch Bruce Leroy. Last Dragon, pants sagging, nigga Don Don's here. I'm out for the season and I ain't have Achilles tear. I'm Emirates Air, Shakira got the window seat. I like something and go dumb on a large pro beat. Who fuck with us? I only use a fifth of my brain, and I'm still better than them niggas trying to be Wayne. I move that cane like a blind man. I'm caked out without $1 million plus sound scan. My skin looking like I found a youth fountain and jumped in it. Got the red Louis duffel with the pump in it. White rave space, you could put clump in it. Passing the graveyard, I can see Trump in it. Mama always told me to think out the box. So when you think about the best, nigga, think of the locks.
Hey, yo, $500,000 on the neck, got him big mad. You think you taking this shit, you getting shit back.
like baby chariots. Had to run it up or these niggas won't take me serious. Real life street shit. Niggas know how I carry it. She can't sit on this leather interior on a period. About to get the coupe with the gun slot in the rear of it. The 2022 like I forgot what year it is. Wanted it, I went and got it. Now I'm sharing it. From tossing money bags in the closet, I built the pyramid. Took my respect living off experience. Stories about my hood got me living all luxurious. Racks on racks stacked right in the closet. Need another stash house, I might get one in Yonkers. I did it. Look how I benefited from them losses. Paying back connects and paying all them lawyers. Got work if you niggas can't afford you a verse. Still make my ride with the joint in the purse.
Hey, $500,000 on the neck, got him big mad. You think you taking this shit, you getting shit back. Little 200, got the coupe board red. Real locked up in the vest, all dead, that's facts. 30 plus clips in that stack. I aim for the body, but I hit all that. These rap niggas ain't real, shooting out the corner, then one hand on the wheel.
I've been getting money, so you know I want more. I'm live at the barbecue looking at the front door. Got the glow like I just came home from off tour. Got the plain Jane AP on offshore. Skybox doing what an owner would do. Couple $100 million over a Corona or two. Every day I face off with a zone of the glue. And spin the old paper up and Patron to the new. First we gon' beat the odds, then we even it up. No ice on rabbit ears, leaving them stuck. Ask me, they was better off leaving them tucked. There's 4 pipes on everything, even the trucks. In the foreign, listening to Lauren, the joint about Zion. These niggas is lying. Put hands on them and the sneak this and the stops. When you thinking of the best, nigga think of the locks. What's up?
$500,000 on the neck, got him big mad. You think you taking this shit, you getting shit back. Little 200, got the coupe board red. Real locked up in the vest, all dead, that's facts. 30 plus clips in that stack. I aim for the body, but I hit all that. These rap niggas ain't real, shooting out the corner, then one hand on the wheel.
Look, every Cuban link is at least a kilo. Versus by the machine and the beat from Primo. I do it for the streets when I release a single. No, I'ma always keep it a C-note, 100. The Mac and back of the Charger. My youngin' line you up clean, you ain't gotta go back to your barber. They love me for the fact that I'm actually harder. I probably sold crack to your mother and smack to your father. Can't get to you, then we whacking your daughter. Probably wrap her in the carpet, let her body go splash in the harbor. Yeah, smoking wax while I'm blasting the Carter. I ain't never satisfied, so I have to go harder. Story on my life, every chapter I author.
Keeping it raw, nothing lasts or more. Keeping it raw, nothing lasts or more.
Neck heavy as a right now. Dr. Bird's rice and peas, the chicken is curry. Body on a pistol, the blicky is dirty. 2 shooters by the door and they gripping the 30. That's why they both got 50 pointers like Mitchell and Murray. Thought he was running down, we clipping him early. They checking my release dates, them just worried. Called me lacking before, but it didn't disturb me. Cause I just dropped another bag, I'm getting them buried. You violators, then you know it's beef. I'm from where the fiend clean your whole backyard just to smoke a piece. Little brother still keep the pole in reach. I try to tell him, bro, you freak. You already gave them crackers 9 years of your life. That's 4 behind the wall, another 5 on post release.
Keeping it raw,
But you know the
nothing
streets.
lasts or more. Keeping it raw, nothing lasts or more.
It's only right.
Yeah. Machine. DJ Premier. You know, this is for the culture. You know what I mean? This had to happen. You gotta have the illest MC and the illest producer of all time on the same record, doing what we do best. Rest in peace, Guru. Rest in peace, Prodigy. Rest in peace, Shinga.
Keeping it raw,
Rest in peace, DJ Shay.
keeping it raw, nothing lasts or more.
It's only right.
And we are back, folks. You are tuned in live to The Ryan Show FM. Locally hated, nationally syndicated. You know the jazz. Hamptons, Dave, what up, baby?
What up? I love being hated. That's the best part. I'd rather be
I think
hated than
so.
loved.
I do
love
too.
doing this.
We know you like to be hated, Menza. On the line right now is Josh Menza, journalist. I didn't realize he's a journalist. He's the owner of DCM. You're familiar with his streaming platform. We were a part of it for a long
I
time.
didn't even know you knew how to write. I couldn't.
He doesn't. That's the joke. He doesn't. We have his friend. There he is. And sitting next to Menza here in the Zoom chat is the one and only Anthony Police, acting specialist. Acting specialist. And he knows what he's doing. He's one of the brains behind the machine that is DCM. And there's Trevor as well. Wow, the whole DCM team down in Miami. Okay, so I saw you guys earlier this weekend on the set of Drink Champs. Who were you there with, Nature?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was Nature's 20th anniversary of his album For All Seasons. You know, it's fresh off the minor controversy there with Nas dropping the album and doing a firm record and Nate not being on it. So a lot of buzz around that. And of course, you know, Nori and Nate came up together. They came in the game together, managed by Jungle at the same time. So Nori really gave Nate a lot of props on, you know, that time in their career where he was saying how he didn't even need, you know, he didn't ask Nate to for any favors or anything. Nate was just so like, you know, because he was hot at the moment, you know, it was like Nate was like the guy at that very moment.
And Nate bodied Banned from TV.
Banned from TV. You talked about I'm Leaving, how Leaving was a session where Nate didn't have to let Nori in. It was Nate's session, but he was like, Nori was there, and Nate was like, "Yo, you know, like stay, like jump on the record." And it's crazy because you know he said that he used lyrics that should have been on the War Report for "I'm Leaving," and then that's like kind of like when his career catapulted once that song came out. So it was dope, man. We had a great time.
And it all came full circle. He's on Drink Champs now. It is one of the most popular shows, not only in hip-hop, but it's got some crazy viewership now. So what is the verdict, though? Why was Nature left off of Nas's new album?
So,
according
you
to
know,
Nature.
It's only speculation, bro. It's like, you know, you can only speculate as to the fact is that he put together a record that consisted of the original firm.
Yeah.
That's true. It was the original. So technically, it is the original firm that he put onto the song.
It is.
Yeah.
And you want to know something? Affirmative Action, the song that Mega was on, which was on, you know, It Was Written. That was the firm. They say the firm. They mention the firm. So Mega, you know, always will have that original, you know, love because he was you know, that Affirmative Action. When you play that song, I mean, when was the last time you played it? You got to play it on the air tonight, bro.
Yeah, we will. Let's hit him with Affirmative Action tonight.
What'd you say?
I wonder the last time that's been played on the radio. It's a shame.
It played a lot, bro. It plays. I'm telling you, it probably plays a lot because that song was on fire.
Huge.
I'll never forget that. Summer of '96, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah, there's some throwback stations, but still, like, you know, it'll be played quite a bit tonight. We've got all of our friendly stations out there that'll air it. We'll definitely put that on tonight. So this article came out today as it's being recorded. Today is Tuesday on Stupid Dope. So we appreciate you. It's a Stupid Dope article there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah.
And I see, of course, Anthony's taking the credit for it. That was great. When I said to him, I was like, Menz is writing this great article for me. And Anthony was quick to point out that he is the actual... Now, are you the only person that actually writes this thing, or is Menz telling you what to write?
No, absolutely not.
Menz is rolling up in the corner.
Yeah.
Menz is in the pool. Spread eagle.
Spread eagle in the pool.
Josh will give me like an outline to go by, or a story that we want to tell, and you know he has a very particular vernacular. So like the way he gets the dialogue, I get kind of the, you know, inspired with the theme and the crux of the story. So like, and then I take his rough outline and, you know, write it. You know,
so in other words, he's too lazy to write. He's like me. I understand. I do the exact same thing. That's why we got Mac Daddy around. He's our writer, our journalist.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan, do you write?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, I can put a sentence or two together. When you see the articles that I put out, it's literally a sentence or two. We've got a great team of writers to take care of, to cover my tracks. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know, bro, when I did the Fred the Godson one, it was like, I wrote the it was just a story that I told on Facebook. So, you know, when Anthony got it, it was like he just made it more ready for an editorial. You know what I'm saying? So now, when we did that, I'm like, it doesn't make sense for me to try and all of a sudden become some journalist or whatever. Like, let me just write down the stories how I see them, and I can tell them, and then you can put together how it sounds better, I guess, for the article. So,
and in truth, Ryan, it's kind of like the way that Josh tells the story is captivating, and the emotional side of it. Like being like I trained in acting and film and writing, for a decade plus. So like. Menza's got this phenomenal way of bringing you into a story and really captivating your attention. You know what I mean?
He's a bullshitter. He's a good bullshitter.
Bro, some of the best, that's what actors are. They're just
That's it.
professional at it.
He's a wise guy.
He's a wise guy.
Yeah, so, the emotion that he conveys for the story, like the Fred the Godson article, they, Fred and Josh were friends. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you could tell it came from the heart. It wasn't just a regular write-up about Fred the Godson. See, Menz is incredibly passionate about everything that he does.
Yeah.
So that's why...
You ever, those stories he's putting out, he kills it on the gram.
Kills it. I love Menz's posts, too. Like, very underrated on social media.
Why don't we get into some greeting cards, bro? It's a good
And Facebook, too.
Dave with love. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yo, those would sell, bro. Dave, those would sell.
Yeah, definitely.
From Hampton's Dave with love.
With love.
And just a picture of like your ass.
And HPV.
Yeah, or like your picture of you on acid. You know what I mean?
From Hampton's Dave with HPV.
Yeah.
So Ryan, let me ask you this, right? Like the part of the you're smoking your joint in defiance, right?
Yeah, once again, it might have been a little stretched, the truth there, but, I mean, yeah, I'm always smoking a joint in defiance, technically. Someone's pissed off about it.
That was my point. You know what I mean?
We call
it's not far-fetched. It's just put in a position where we need it to be.
No, just you used. I wouldn't even say fabricated. It's
All
just that
depends how you look at it, the angle you're looking at.
It was very eloquently written. Like I would write down if it were me writing, I'd say I smoked pot in public, or I smoked pot in the middle of the restaurant.
I like
the way that he worded it.
Hampton's Dave.
I like the notorious. What did you call Mike Dowd? A derelict or something? Like something really insulting. Forgot what it.
Criminal.
Nefarious.
Yeah, the commercial.
Deranged. No, you called him a deranged cop. That's what it was.
I'm wearing the Dowd jersey.
Yeah, Mike Dowd.
Nice. Oh, he's the best. He's going to be doing a segment on the Ryan Show Sports, a hockey segment. Of course, that's all he can stomach. That's the only sport he can digest these days.
Good thing the end of the season happened.
Yeah. So, Menza, what's with this rebirth? There's almost been a rebirth of Menza over the past few months. I noticed this whole, I wouldn't call it a Playboy angle. You're just really embracing your inner Playboy. Between the picture that you last posted, looking like you just put out a hot new album, sitting there looking like you were just in the most victorious pose I've ever seen a man in a pool.
Like you just dropped the best mixtape ever.
The one thing is puzzling. And then you've got the new glasses, those new glasses. They look like 80s drug dealer, early 90s drug dealer glasses. So what's with the new look? What do we have to look forward to in 2021 that requires this remix of Menza, of Josh Menza?
The rebirth.
The rebirth.
So I put a post on Facebook the other day saying, like, if they had social media or even cameras or even anything when I was 20, 19, 20, 21 and all that, it would have been...
It was still in black and white then.
It would have been overlit, bro. We would have been insane out here on the gram. But, I'm like, all right, listen, it's 20 years later, and everybody is using this social media to their advantage, whether it be like kind of selling a dream or with filters that ain't even them when you see them. Like, everybody's overusing and manipulating this social media. So I'm like, you know what? I'm one of the best when you get in the game, bro. I don't care what anybody look, Hampton's Dave, you might be one of the only dudes that can hang with me when it comes to partying and polluting our bodies and
love that.
Don't be too sure. I still got it in me, Menza.
Yeah, no, you do, but you're also a family man now too, right? So it's like,
so are you.
I couldn't. Yeah, my kids are teenagers though, bro. They already.
My 1-year-old doesn't know what I'm doing. It's fine. He's still got another couple of years.
Yeah, well, that's
before he comes to.
You got to do it now, bro. You got to.
That's it. Get it out of the system.
But yeah, that's what it is, bro. I'm gonna utilize this social media shit to my advantage because I always look at it like I'm I'm one of those dudes anyway, bro. Like, I live like a rapper I always have because we've always made money. I never, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was always
Look, he's a hip hop wise guy. Do you understand now? Okay.
One of us.
No,
There's
and
two
you gotta
guineas
do
in
it
front of me
too,
now.
because fucking you're a personality too. You gotta pop out like we did in AC. You're out there just all
Yeah.
not. You know what I mean? Hampton's Dave. Who the fuck knows what he was?
Yeah, guys missed me in that.
He was in a Black Panther
Get
day.
me in that type of in a.
You should have been
Can't even
there.
speak.
Yeah, it was a good
should've
time.
been, I know.
It was a good time because that would have been the first official appearance of the Hamptons Honkies at a wrestling show. Would have been made perfect sense. But really quick, we do gotta run very, very soon, Menza. We do have Enzo Amore, ex-WWE Superstar, coming on. Yeah, he's the man. So he'll be coming on tonight. But we just need to ask about DCM really quick because there's a reason why you're here on a hip hop themed radio station or whatever radio station is that you're listening on right now. Tell us more about DCM and the direction that you guys are heading in now.
Well, we had a great conversation with a monetization company yesterday where we're going to be shifting a lot of the YouTube channels to this company. I'm very excited. We all are. We're working on footage, editing stuff. Like the YouTube channel side of what we do is about to
television?
have a huge revamp coming into the new year, bro. It's going to be dope. So all of our favorite guys, like, you know, the Capones and Tech, Smith and Wesson, like all those types of guys, Cassidy. You know, we have a lot of good stuff coming from all of the legends, and that's all I can say. Nothing really coming for the end of the year. We're gonna kind of stock it up a little bit and just hit them with rapid fire.
Flood the game.
Yeah, the beginning of the new year.
What they say you should do, just hit him with content. Content. You say it all the time. Content is king. Content is currency is actually what you say, right?
Yep. Content is currency. That's the slogan. That's the DCM manifesto.
And where can they peep DCM? Where can they find more info?
WeAreDCM.com.
WeAreDCM.com for more info. And where are you on social media?
So it's WeAreDCM on Instagram. And, you know, at Mr. Menza is my
Mr. Menza, everybody out there is good.
Mr. Menza. The rebirth
It's a good
continues.
follow, everybody out there. Follow
Yeah.
my man.
We got to find out Anthony Police's information as well. Anthony, where can they find you on Instagram?
Anthony J Police is anywhere. Just Google Anthony J Police and it'll all come up.
And it's spelled like police officer, which I'm sure you get a hard time about these days. Walking around with a hat that says police on it amidst all those rappers back in Atlantic City. There he's got the police hat right there.
And that's my man, the graphics expert in video. I am
Ooh, shouts to
Lang.
Trev. I am Trevor Lang. Okay.
Word.
All right, so we got a lot of good stuff to check out, guys. We appreciate your contributions to hip-hop and just creating overall good content. And, of course, helping us throughout this crazy, arduous journey that they call showbiz. We appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Dude, thank you,
Yeah,
man.
we
Thanks for
appreciate
having
you,
us on.
bro.
And we're going to be having some drinks at Indigo soon in Patchogue. So, look, we're going to go to Indigo. We're going to get some Wagyu beef. We're not going to pay for a single bite of it.
It's gonna be
Seriously,
good.
I want to go to that place, Ryan, because there's a DJ that plays there. Wait a minute, his name is like Funky Monkey. Is that his name, Ryan?
DJ Honky Wonky.
Honky Wonky, yes. Yeah, he's about to spin right now.
DJ Honky Wonky.
On that note, we have Honky Wonky on the ones and twos tonight, our notorious DJ of the Ryan Show FM. DJ Honky Wonky, take it away.
Fur baby, volume 1. Fur baby, volume 1. Yo, sit back, relax, catch your contact, sip your cognac, and let's overwash this money through this laundromat. Sneak attack, the new cast and back, work top dollar. In fact, touch mines and I'll react like a rock waller. Who could relate? We play for high stakes at gunpoint, catch them and break, undress them time with tape, no escape. The Coleon, Fettuccine, Capone, home in your own zone to get kidnapped and clapped in your dome. We got it sewn. The firm are the wars unknown. Lower your tone, face it. Homicide cases get thrown. Aristocrats, politic and deli with diplomats. See me, I'm an official Mac Lex Coupe triple
Criminal
black.
thoughts in the blue ports. My destiny to be the new boss. Paulie gotta die too soft. Dead on, IKEA Heron. They found his head on the couch with it in his mouth. I put the hit out. Yo, the smoothest killer since Bugsy. Queens love me, and Queens where my drugs be. I wear Guess jeans and rugbies. Yo, my people from Medina, they will see you when you re-up on your heater or your cream go between us. Real, my Desert Eagle got an ill grip. I chill with that hit Dominicans, pots and steel bricks. My red beam made a dread scream and sprayed the Fed team. Corleone be turning to fiends. Yukons and Ninja Black Lexus. Mega the pretty boy with mafia connections. It's the first. Said it.
Yo, my mind is seeing through your design like blind fury. I shine Jerry sipping on crushed grapes. We lust papes and push cakes inside the casket that just wait. It's sickening. We just finished bidding upstate and out of projects. It's talking that somebody gotta die. It's logic as long as it's nobody that's in my clique. My man Smoke knew how to expand coke and Mr. Coffee. Feds cost me $2 million to get the system off me. Life's a bitch, but God forbid the divorce me. I'll be flooded with ice on hellfire, can't scorch me. Cuban cigars, meeting Foxy at the Mars, moving cars. Your top poppy, Senior Escobar.
In the black Camaro, firm deep, all my niggas hail the blackest sparrow. While the bees beat the apparel through the darkest tunnel. I got visions of multi-millions in the biggest bundle. In the Lex, pushed by my jungle. E-money bags, got my West Sean Dawn bundle of 62. They ain't got a clue what we about to do. My whole team, hard like Czar. Soulside, Foxy Brown, Cormega and Escobar. I keep a fat Marquise piece, laced in all the illest snakeskin. Armani sweaters, Carolina Herrera. Be the firm, baby, from BK to the bridge. Wiz, Operation Firm Biz. So what the deal is? I keep a fat Jewel, sipping Christie, sitting on top of 50 grand in the Nautica van. We stay incognito like all the thugs and Marcy. The guards, they praise Allah with visions of Gandhi. Bet it on, my whole crew is Don Juan. On Cayman Island with a case of Cristal and Baba Shala spoke. But with them Cubans, it's snort coat. Raw though, an ounce mixed with leak that's pure though. Flipping the bigger picture, the bigger with the cheddar was mad jipper. He had a villa in Manila. We got the fleet of Panama. But wait, it's half and half. Keys is 1 2/5. So how we flip 32 grams raw, chopping in half is 16. Double it times 3. We got 48, which mean a whole lot of cream. Divide the profit by 4, subtracted by 8. We back to 16. Now add the other 2 that Mega bring it through. So let's see if we flip this other key, then that's more for me. Mad Coke and Mad Leak plus a 500. Cut in half is 250. Now triple that times 3. We got 3/4 of another key. The Firm, baby, Volume 1.
This is what they want, huh? This is what it's all about. Wow, time to take affirmative action, son. You just don't understand, you know what I mean? This is what they want, huh? This is what it's all about. Wow, time to take affirmative action, son. You just don't understand, you know what I mean?
Firm, baby, Volume 1. Firm, baby, Volume 1.
You see what I see? Do you what I? Do you wanna? Yeah. Yeah. Do you wanna ride? Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. When I walk into a room, bet you feel a slight breeze. Stay a little while till you feel you might freeze. Never understood why y'all never like me. Cause when I lock the door, y'all turn into ices. Staring at my feet, all you see is Nikes. Bet you never seen an ill pair like these. Size 10, never find me in a tight squeeze. At the airport, minutes before my flight leaves. Round trip tickets to who knows where. Late boarding, never at least a day's warning. Previous plans stay spoiling. A dollar and a dream, the theme to New York, stay drawings. From St. John's to Wake Forest, wait for us, take orders, I'm giving them out. Straight flawless in almost every event. Putting up points while critics like y'all stay scoreless. So my thugs from the projects, life is rough. So my shorties from the projects might get tough. Hands up, high, and pass me a cup of that kush. We on some bush. Thugs from the projects, life is rough. So my shorties from the projects might get tough. Hands up, high, and pass me a cup of that kush.
What's me without the hood? A tree without wood, a Dutch with no bud, a cut with no blood. But don't nut, I be incomplete. If me in the street wasn't in between the sheets, I'm a product of hard luck. The money and murder game, he's nature, killer fucker, man. You heard of the name? From the cold streets of QB, old beef to new beef, no peace. Through the song, what I see, you see. You
wanna smoke with me, you wanna roll with me. I be in my hood, dog. I be in your city. Grimy yet so pretty. It's like it's two me's with no favorites. I try to love both of me, thinking of a way where I could better myself. Sometimes I get ahead of myself, smoking when it's tension, frontin' like I gotta prescribe. So I must be out of my mind.
So my thugs from the projects, life is rough. So my shorties from the projects, might get your hands up high, and pass me a cup of that kush. We on some bush. Thugs from the projects, life is rough. So my shorties from the projects, might get your hands up high, and pass me a cup of that kush. We on some bush.
Try hopping in a glass pool, half full. Bet you only hit the bottom when you crash through. Mash fools out like they fast food. Bon appetit. First man to last man to eat. Shred rappers' whole careers up. Scared tough, bluff into thinking that their years up. It ain't a game. Took 6 months off. Now y'all want more. Many me's are getting punched in they jaw. My done call it animal rap, and I agree with them. Eye to eyes, what I see with them. That's why I be with them. In the airports making noise, or the hotel suite from Cancun to St. Croix. Then it's back to the hood, kid. The same plan. Hit the hill and get right. You know the game plan. You heard the name, man. Partners in crime till the end. And if you don't understand, then you ain't fam. Simple as
So my
that.
thugs from the projects, life is rough. So my shorties from the projects, might get your hands up high, and pass me a cup of that kush. We on some bush. Thugs from the projects, life is rough. So my shorties from the projects, might get your hands up high, and pass me a cup of that kush. We on some hush. So my thugs from the projects, life is rough. So my shorties from the projects, might get your hands up high, and pass me a cup of that kush. We on some hush. Thugs from the projects, life is rough. So my shorties from the projects, might get your hands up high, and pass me a cup of that kush. We on some hush.
And we have returned, folks. This is the Ryan Show FM, syndicated just about everywhere. Shouts to all the listeners that are tuned in right now. It's time to bridge the gap. We talk about this every week. We do our best to bridge the gap. And tonight we bridge the gap between hip-hop and wrestling. And we're going to do it with one of my favorite ex-WWE superstars. In my opinion, was one of the greatest on the mic in the past few years. I'm a fan of the Attitude Era. So this guy always stood out to me. Highly entertaining, and he's got some bars. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Enzo, a.k.a. Real One. Formerly known.
Baby. How you
Bada
doing,
Bro,
guys? Great
man.
to be on the Ryan Show. Great to be on the pod. I appreciate the opportunity on FM radio here. If you guys are a fan of anything that I've ever done in wrestling, if you've seen Enzo Amore, I promise you, Real One music. It's going to be as big as anything that I've ever done or achieved in pro wrestling. I know it's just a matter of time. Just like anything in life, it takes work, it takes persistence, and it takes a never say die type attitude. And I got all those things rolled into one, baby. So I'm ready to go with the music. I've been working on a lot of rock lately, but I wouldn't call it rock. I would call it more of its own thing. Think along the lines of a Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park.
I heard some of it. I heard the song about the COVID-19 song that you put out.
Yeah, man. I scrapped that together in a week's time. My parents got COVID, sister got COVID,
No.
brother-in-law, goddaughter, parents. So it happened fast, and I had access to get into a music studio with a guy who played rock music, and that all just, when those things happen, you write that song, you say, F it, I want this song out there into the world right now. And believe it or not, it was extremely difficult just getting the song out there because anytime you mention COVID, they kind of, you know how it goes.
They get a little shook.
Yeah, so, the algorithms or whatever, I don't know, they kept telling me I couldn't post my video. So I kept trying to post the video to the internet, and they wouldn't let me. So it was aggravating because we shot the video on, like, iPhones and a gimbal and a GoPro. I mean, you make do during the height of that pandemic with what you can. And just to make that video and get it off in a week's time, just a testament to the kid Zaki, who plays the drums, bass, in a bunch of bands, and he played every single instrument on that song. So it was cool.
Nice. Well, it's very well done. And music is nothing new to you, right? You had started your hip-hop career before you delved into wrestling, correct?
Yeah, man. I came from music into pro wrestling. I got found. I was a mover on a moving truck. Shout out Paramus Moving, and man. I got the opportunity of a lifetime to get out there. You know, I think that a lot of people who work for the WWE have bitter, you know, they get bitter when they talk about their run or the opportunity or the time they had there. I got nothing bad to say about them. I just think that the onus is on me to parlay the opportunity they gave me into something also great and something different. And I'm a guinea pig of sorts to be fired at the height of my career with a title around my waist, and then to have it, you know, all come full circle when 5,000 people showed up to Times Square, when a police report vindicated, you know, an accusation that was made against me on Twitter. So to make all, you know, things clear about it, you know, I never even got a phone call from police, so I got screwed. At the end of the day,
Completely.
It was a different time.
Yeah, that's the research that I've done into it. It's one of those cases, and you know that's the problem. Look, it's great now with the Me Too movement. Women are finally getting, you know, the defense and justice that they deserve. But you were on the other end of the spectrum, and you were falsely accused of these allegations, and they were all proven to be.
It's enough to make you like, dude, get worked up and upset and mad when you think about the guys like Mike Tyson and Tupac Shakur that were put behind bars that swear
because of that,
up and down until they were blue in the face. Those guys in the prime of their careers lost years of their lives. I never even got a phone call from police. My accuser was on Snapchat 2 days after she made this bullshit up, dildoing herself with her girlfriend for money on Snapchat.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, give me a break.
Got her username?
I think people could see through that. Granted, I got fired the night before that happened. So, you know, I get it. I
got to ask Enzo with the firing, because I'm a big, you know, I'm a big Vince McMahon fan. And I'd say it's probably just as badass to be fired by him as hired by him, right?
Listen,
Did he give you the...
If Vince McMahon ran for president, I'd vote for him, okay? Like,
Did he give you one of his signature fires at least? Did he at least give you the opportunity to hear his signature, "You're fired"?
No, I don't think that he wanted to fire me. I think that the situation boiled down to the next day before SmackDown, when they were in their meeting, they had to come to a decision with Hunter, Mark Carrano, and Vince. And I think it was an overall decision given that, you know, we're talking about the evolution of women's wrestling in the height of it, bringing in Ronda Rousey.
Good point.
The first ever women's Royal Rumble. I mean, dude, it was almost a setup, dog. It was like, give me a break, man. Like that timing was crazy. I wouldn't even go as far as to say that it wasn't a setup. I'm just trying not to think about it, try to live my life and move forward. Because when I made the Phoenix music video and the song, and it got, you know, millions of views, created some controversy and created some cash for me, paid my rent. You know,
killed that video, by the way. And you addressed the alley. Like, that's the, you were so out forward and straight up about everything that happened that I don't understand. And everybody came to your defense. Like you mentioned, 5,000 people showed up to Times Square to support you when you finally made your first public appearance. That speaks volumes right there.
And in that moment is when you realize, as an independent entrepreneur nowadays with my own brand, that I don't need the WWE to survive. Or thrive, and to make the connections and network and to do the things that I want to do. Do I need the WWE if I want to wrestle at a WrestleMania? Of course. Yeah. But guess what? I already wrestled at WrestleMania. All that I ever dreamed and accomplished, I never fathomed whatever had happened. I was blessed. I had one of the craziest runs in the history of pro wrestling, and that was all owed to the fans who kept me out there on that TV show. When I'm a little guy, man, I'm 5'11", 200 pounds. I'm, you know, by no means a stretch of the imagination am I supposed to be out there battling amongst these giant men and supposed to be receiving the ovations we received. You know, granted, I had a 7-foot tag team partner.
Yeah,
made it,
it was perfect. It was a perfect tag team. Yeah, it made perfect sense for you to be on the mic, and you could connect to the audience. All of your, what do they call them? Your promos.
Well, that's because I think that the audience realized that what the I can't believe they gave me a mic and let me out of here. Like, holy shit. Like, can you believe it, guys? I feel like one of you guys, and they're letting me do my shit. It was a lot of fun.
You ran with it. I mean, you ran with it.
I had the time of my life, man. Here I am.
So, I mean, is there any nice, there we go, smoking that good just as we're about to. Now, knowing that these were all false allegations, and the fans came to your defense, like fans of the WWE and fans of wrestling love you. They love you on the mic.
I think that the fans obviously wanted to see me back with the WWE, and when I I shut that door, slammed it shut. I showed up to Survivor Series. and
That's
gave
right.
them the finger.
You gave up. You showed up to Survivor Series. You gave them the finger on TV, captured the attention. You went viral from doing all of this. So what happened after that? I saw that they took you out of the arena. What exactly happened after that?
Nothing happened. I mean, I went home.
Well, is there any chance that we're...
I think I called an Uber and smoked a joint.
Good.
That was it. It was in California, bro. It was the Staples Center, dude. I think I stopped at a dispensary on the way home. That's about that. I mean, if you could trend #1 in the world by just showing up somewhere, dude, like...
You've got booking power, man.
Yeah,
At what point, as a wrestling fan, do you go, hey, man, hats off, bro? Like,
Only those fat nerds
did
that
it,
you
kid.
mocked in the
You
Phoenix
did it,
video.
kid. You did it, kid. You're only one man. Like, you did it. So, I mean, I was trending over Survivor Series and over their pay-per-view. And at the end of the day, like, that's all you can ever hope for, man, is to get people to know who you are. That's what the business is built on.
So you get paid to be you.
You said it's on you. Like what you take from the WWE is you got to run with that, get that fans, and now show them what else you got without that platform, and just take that chances
and I
you
mean,
got.
it's not easy in the streets when you don't have a label, you don't have a major entity backing you. You're just a solo for dolo artist with 1 million followers, 500,000 on Twitter, and you're just navigating streets that have never been traveled. Like nobody's ever been in this situation.
Never.
And are there things that when I look back at it in retrospect that I wish I could do over the past 2 years? Like, yeah, I should have kept the foot on the gas, but at the end of the day, when my grandmother got sick and I made the decision to come home to New Jersey as opposed to live in Los Angeles, that in and of itself is going to derail a lot of things. I got the little brother who you mentioned, the Phoenix music video. My little brother makes music videos for Little Baby and Rod Wave and everyone. The song. Who Cole Bennett is. This
the Lyrical Lemonade Kid. See, that's the whole thing is you like now it's full circle. You had already been an artist before WWE, and now you're back with this fame, with all these new ideas, and that's the hard. It's hard for an artist to like really embrace who they are, and that's never been a problem for you. You know who you are. It's evident in your music and the new music that you're putting out. So I'd say you're in a very good position, even though you like you say, you don't have a big corporation that's backing you up, but essentially you are the corporation. Now you have the viewership. Now it's in your hands.
I managed to make some serious waves and work with people who I love, know, and worked with in the past and well with in the past, like Gallows and Anderson, who are in the WWE, who are now in Impact Pro Wrestling. These guys, have a cartoon coming out with me. And
I saw that.
You can follow at The Real Gimmicks. It's called The Gimmicks. We have Lisa Ann, who famously played Stephanie McMahon in China, Queen of the Ring, a porno.
Nice.
So, we got Lisa Ann playing some female voice character. We got
Love me some
Carl
Lisa
Anderson,
Ann.
Gallows, who are in Impact, and you got Rocky Romero, who is world-renowned, pro wrestler from New Japan, who wrestled as Black Tiger and wrestled all over in Tokyo Dome 12 times. This guy's for real. So you line up New Japan, me being an independent artist, wrestler, whatever you want to call me, and then Gallows and Anderson and Lisa Ann. I mean, that's a formula for success. But more importantly, like, I didn't have to sign any major deals to make something of that independent nature take place. So I'm trying to reinvent how things are done. And I think that people in a year's time, 2 years' time, 3 years' time, when they see what I've done and what I'm doing, it's going to be like, holy shit. All right, kid. Like, you took fucking, chicken shit, you made chicken salad.
Well, I mean, that's it. And just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep putting out music. And you already.
For sure. I think that's all it boils down to is people want to see consistency. They want you to just, if you're putting out content, to keep putting it out.
Yeah.
Stay in that same streamlined focus. And for me, with wrestling, the world is my oyster. I'm 33. Jericho's 50 years old, having the best run of his career.
Killing it in AEW.
He's killing it, I was going to say.
I could see you going to New Japan. Like, you would kill it in Japan. Is there any chance we're going to see you somewhere else at one of these major places wrestling?
Well, I think maybe if I put the joint down, I don't think they like smoking.
Oh, very dishonorable. I can see that.
Yeah, it's very dishonorable.
But
I can't. But yeah, as far as wrestling goes, man, I've been having a field day, falling back in love with wrestling. I think when you get fired from the WWE in the manner I did, and then, you know, to have people that didn't even know you and all the people on the internet talking so badly about you, I got thick skin, bro. And nobody who had ever been in my position, you know, dude, I was the biggest heel in the WWE, eating more shit than anyone. I mean, they were talking about me on the internet all day, every day, and I could handle it. That's why I was in that position and thriving. Because I didn't care about what people said.
That's a good heel. Because, like, before I even watched it as a kid, from what I understand, the wrestlers had to stay in character even outside of the ring. So the good heels were heels 24/7.
But the best heels are the ones like me, where I wasn't actually lying to you.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually. I wasn't an asshole to people. That's not why you hated me. That's not why. It was because as a wrestler who engineered matches with these other wrestlers to tell a certain story, I was having matches with the best wrestlers in the world on 205 Live, and I literally did an entire tour overseas where I did not hit a single offensive move in the match. I mean, if you could pull that off, that's Bobby Heenan level.
Seriously.
Heat. That is art. That is, I'm having a wrestling match, and I go to kick you, you catch my foot, you spin it around, you put me in the headlock, I shoot you off, I take the tackle, drop down, leapfrog, I go for the hip toss, you block it, you hip toss me, I roll out to the outside. I come back in, you move out of the corner, you know, and I move out of the corner and you eat shit, right? But when I move out of the corner, I haven't hit anything on you. You've just hit a bunch of shit on me. When I move out of the corner, I just push you out of the ring. Count him out. Count him out, ref. He's done. He goes back up to the fucking top rope, and again, I push the referee into the rope, and he fucking hits his crotch on the rope, and he falls out to the outside. Count him out again. Count him out again. I go to fucking get him. He starts hitting his comeback on me after 2 10 counts. That's a whole heat. He hits his whole comeback on me. I have a tug of war with the title, with the timekeeper. I lose the tug of war. The referee grabs the title. I poke him in the eyes, turn around, schoolboy him, and grab the tights and roll out of town with the title. And everyone wants to fucking kill me.
That's a heel performance of the ages right there. Think about that. And then to wrap him up with the schoolboy, there was nothing more frustrating than watching somebody hit the schoolboy and win. Crazy.
And to gouge his eyes, and that's the only offensive success he's had all match. I physically got it. You know, I mentally got it. I couldn't explain what that means, but you could wrestle for 5 years and not get it, and then you get it.
Yeah, Enzo, it's that crowd control. If you can grab a mic and control the crowd, that's really what's most important, and it works with hip-hop, too. And like The Rock would say, you knew your role, and you open your mouth.
From day one, and every position they put me in was always a position to win, because that's what that place is. And if you're a pro wrestler and you don't like your job, or you're not happy about the spot you're in, or you don't like your booking, well, I got news for you, bro. You're exactly where you're supposed to be on the card. That you get where you get.
Yeah.
You get where you get. And that's it. I was pigeonholed into a comedy role for years. This talker next to this 7-foot guy. Lord knows that I'm a scrapper. I mean, I got kids here that I grew up with since high school that would tell you stories. I mean, I live in a boxing gym. I'm not afraid to, scrap. And I'm laying down for guys, no problem. It's never a matter of are you tough or are you not for me. I mean, good luck trying to get Brock Lesnar to lay down for Enzo Amore.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it going to happen?
Do people still not reciprocate it?
He's going to look at Vince and laugh.
Crazy. You know what I mean? And that's the worst. Like, that's, as a fan, like, we want to see.
You are me, and you're there. The whole time you're there, you think that you have no shot. You're like, F it. If I get to play this chicken roll, whatever, heel, then that elevates me to a point where people can actually see me work and have wrestling matches and start hitting the moves on Kalisto and doing things and start becoming a formidable opponent. That's how you build a guy. That's how you do it. You don't just do it overnight, and it takes time. And I was going to have to do time in the cruiserweight division to come up from that and be a formidable opponent. And, you know, I can play that chicken shit role better than anybody in the biz. I mean, to this day, I know if you put me out there, you can make me world champion. How does that happen? Brock Lesnar trips on his fucking, you know, Brock Lesnar goes to get up in the ring when he jumps into the, the ring, and he sprains his ankle. And I see my opportunity, and I run over and I hit him with a chair.
Kick him in the balls.
There's your equalizer.
Yeah.
There's your equalizer. It's all on the commentators to say, "Oh, Brock, did you see the way he twisted his ankle?" And Brock has to pretend to twist his ankle. I watched Finn Balor have a great match with Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble. Look at the size discrepancy. It's all about storytelling. It has nothing to do with the wrestling moves. I appreciate a great wrestler in wrestling moves as much as anybody. I just know that that's not how you make money in pro wrestling. How you make money in pro wrestling is entertaining people. How do you transcend pro wrestling crowds? That's through entertainment.
Do you think that's good for wrestling, though? Do you think it's good for wrestling if it's become more about the entertainment than the actual technicality of wrestling? The guys like Finn Balor?
It's all about right place, right time. It's like a guy like Daniel Bryan can revitalize the actual art of pro wrestling when he's over as in the right situations, which he was at a certain point in time over the past 5 years. You've seen that happen. You've seen great wrestling win out. You've seen a guy get over his through great wrestling, and you've seen him get opportunities to do it. Because there's plenty of guys that can go out there in that locker room and wrestle for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And after 20 minutes, 30 minutes, those people are going to be invested, man.
Yeah. And the best are able to do both, are able to pull off the crazy techniques and be able to capture the audience.
Absolutely, man. And I think that enough can't be said about, some of the greats that did it and how they did it. There was not a lot of talking in the back. You used to go out there if you're Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes, and then you see each other in the ring, bro.
Yeah,
like we ain't talking about this in the back. Who wants to waste time, man? I'm out here having a good time talking to the boys, laughing. I'll see you when I'm out there. And you know what I mean?
You think it's harder now without the fans? Like, do you think that affects like going into these, pay-per-views or these?
I don't watch any of it since they got rid of the fans. I really genuinely tell you I haven't watched it, but I know that I've seen things on Twitter and Instagram, and it's just the inevitable if you're Enzo Amore to have your Discover page, loaded with wrestling shit. So I haven't watched it. I can bring myself around to it. I've seen the clips. It seems tough to watch. It's cringy at times, but
like all sports, honestly, it's that fan interaction.
I wouldn't want to do it. But I know that I would thrive in this shit more than anybody probably they have. I mean, I'm an actor at the end of the day. I, shed a tear on TV, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what they need right now is entertainers.
I got a lot to ask you, but really quick, we're going to play some of your music and head into a very quick break. What do you think best represents you as an artist right now that you'd like all of the fans out there to hear tonight?
I think that Grace is a song that I made without any curse words. I think that Phoenix is a song that told a story from point A to point B, just straight line. Here you go, and it was a middle finger, and that gesture is almighty and all powerful, especially in pro wrestling when you drop that curse word. But it's even more powerful and more difficult to write a song and to get a point across to people without using curse words. And a song like Grace is a song I wrote at a time when my grandmother was passing away, and I knew it, and I knew that I didn't have all the time in the world with her, so I wanted to make a music video with my grandmother. My little brother Brett the Hitman Arndt, my little bro, he's a music video producer. He's a DP. He works with Cole Bennett. He shoots music videos for Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Baby, Rod Wave. I mean, you name them, my brothers. Line them up, hit them up.
Shouts to Lyrical Lemonade. Incredible work over there that they do.
Yeah, man. And so my brother's a beast. He and his roommates, they got a great thing going on. They shoot a lot of music videos for greats. My brother made it a point to come home and shoot that Grace music video. Phoenix, Bury Me a G. The 3 works I've done with my brother are all, great streams, great numbers for me as an artist to release 3 songs and basically 3 videos. That's saying something. So the world is my oyster in music. If you guys want to listen to my music, it's Real One, REAL, numerical 1. It's your boy Zoe. Appreciate you guys.
Let's hit him with Phoenix right now. This shit is fire, and you got to check out the music video. Top-notch music video to go alongside of it. Folks, this is the Ryan Show FM, and we've got Real One, a.k.a. Enzo, in studio with us now. Once known as Enzo Amore when he fought in the WWE, but now he's taking the bull by the horns, and he's doing it independently. Folks, this is the Ryan Show FM, and we'll be back.
Listen up, you sloppy jalopy son of a sitting on your golf couch with your golf phone in your hand, doing your armchair detective work, think you know what the golf's going on. When was the last time you kept a 2-month social media challenge? Think I wasn't going to say this shit?
I'ma let y'all talk this talk. If I had to give out, give it. If you feeling froggy, you ain't gotta leave. All you gotta do is rip it. Putting on a 0, give an exhibit. I got nothing to lose. Minute for minute, then a minute to win it. Sky's the limit. Sorry, officer, gotta admit it. Yeah, I'm over the limit. Left car down with a one-way ticket. Rolled up with it. Sparked that hip. Turning it down with it. Lit my lips. Zip textless. I feel the hate on the crazy 8s. Let's see y'all pivot. Ball my court, bounce back with number 24. This footprint right off my image. Don't just look, cause you can listen. Double-edged sword, one side love, one side hate. Either way I glisten, I ain't dumb. What's he gonna say, what's he gonna do? Got him on the toes like a midget. At a urinal. Couple red roses on my gimmick. Couple tears at the funeral. They cry tears of joy at my funeral. They cry tears of joy at my funeral. Still I rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Middle finger to the sky, gripping my consensual in it. Line was out in Phoenix when I say this, I mean it. Oh, you marks that hate it. This for all my fans are waiting. Entertainment's hottest free agent. Still reincarnated. Gucci, what you dirty bitch? Bags need bliss, so is innocent. This apocalypse, guilty till you proven innocent. Say back was been so busy. Say back was been so busy. I got a lot less to prove than you. The only thing I put in that pudding was proof. Yeah, the proof is in the pudding. Say pudding ain't got no roof or land. No, I ain't Bill Cosby. No, I ain't Bill Cosby. Proof was the only ingredient I used to make this. They can feel when you're real, when you genuine, when you bow to win. 6 years as a role model, time to start to remodel. Going full throttle, I ain't thinking about tomorrow. I ain't got a buck to bar. Lawyer up and wipe it down. See you at the civil trial. If them wages getting garnished. Them wages getting garnished for my image that you tarnished. I ain't asking for an ounce of sorrow. So this was in my life. I can't wait for tomorrow. I can't wait for tomorrow. Rockstar lifestyle might not make it. Fame can be forsaken. Tweeting allegation, falsified statement, fake news and defamation. Due to media speculation based on misinformation is the basis of damnation for our whole nation. Break a story, and then you jump to conclusions. Break an ankle when you land and never cast a resolution. Never, no. Well, TMZ owes me some restitution in the midst of dissolution. Choosing public prosecution over constitution ain't the right solution. Gender persecution hurts the Me Too movement and our women's revolution. All of you that have ever been abused, you scream me too, I stand by you. I stand by you. But for the wrongfully accused, justice long overdue. So here's a big yeah, from me to you. And to anyone that's out of me, my dear mama still so proud of me. You got your 15 minutes, girl. I ain't mad at you. I'm in love for you. I got me against the world, and still I rise. From the ashes like a phoenix, middle finger to the sky, gripping my consensuals in it. Line was out in Phoenix when I say this, I mean it. You marks that hate it. This for all my fans are waiting. Entertainment's hottest free agent.
And we are back. DJ Honky Wonky on the ones and twos. This is the Ryan Show FM.
Honky Wonky.
Hampton's Dave on that Echo, on that crazy new mic he's got over there. Good to be in studio with everybody. Real One, how you holding up, my friend?
I am better than I've ever. Actually, yesterday was the best day of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened yesterday?
You wouldn't even believe what happened. I woke up today. Today's been better than yesterday.
There you go. That's the only way to live life.
That's the spirit.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Speaking of my music, I got to give a big shout out to my dog. He was just at my house. We put a little something in the air. Smoke Dizza. He's got a great project coming out on October 2nd, I believe is the date. It's got Jada. It's got, man, I heard a few records off the album, and it's a movie. It's crazy. I've been listening to in State of Fitness Boxing Club, 73rd Street, North Bergen and Bergen Line. How you doing? We're in there throwing hands every day. Real tough guys. No playing games. No, you don't walk in there and tell lies because you get punched in the face. So everybody's
any chance we can see you in the ring and any boxing events coming up? That's another way to cash in.
You know what? I've got promoters out the wazoo who are trying to get me to box because they see that I know. Listen, I teach some lessons. I do some things with kids over here, and I have a lot of fun with the combat sports, so to say. And it was kind of an avenue I was heading towards. I think that people watching Enzo Amore, the character, and the boisterous 10% of people on internet who think they know about pro wrestling, thinking that I didn't know how to, listen, I'm not a slouch, and I'm also not Reggie Bush. Okay, I played high school football. I had 1,000 yards. I was. Yeah,
you're an athlete. Who is it that you played with in high school?
Well, I played against Victor Cruz,
against Victor Cruz. Okay.
I slammed Victor Cruz back in the day, and a Barstool Sports video went viral, and that's one of the ways that I got into the WWE, bro.
That's another story in itself. The story of how you got into the WWE, because it's different than a lot of people, and I feel like that's why these wrestling nerds out there. And I know exactly the 10% that you're talking about. The people that sit in front of the computer all day, and then they ruin wrestling for the casual fans. They try to break everything down and look too far into things because they've got nothing else to do but be super fans of wrestling. And I get it. Look, fandom is great. I guess we owe, they spend money, right? But still,
man, I owe my entire life to fans. So you'll never hear me burying fans. I will bury.
Leave that for me. Leave that for me, Enzo. For these ones that are out there,
I will bury the marks that say very wrongful and hateful things, especially to females, and some of those girls are fragile-minded, and a lot of those words hurt. And I think that I worked with a lot of those women in the WWE. I know that there was a story that came out about a girl. I believe she was maybe Japanese. She was wrestling in Japan, but she killed herself. This was a year ago. I saw Big Cass struggle with depression and suicide firsthand, and I know that hurtful words over the years. They definitely didn't do him well in the mental. You know what I'm saying? So I try to be bigger than that when I'm talking. If you're going to have me talk about somebody, it better be towards a big payday. I ain't talking because I'm the best at it in the fucking world. So if I talk about you, forget it. I mean, I had 3 promos cut on Tama Tonga that got us a match in Madison Square Garden. So if anybody tells me I'm wrong, you're really just not paying attention to my moves and what it is that I'm doing.
No, you're good in the ring. That's what I'm saying. Like there's always going to be those people that are critical, but your role wasn't to be technically
about my moves, physical moves. You're not watching my moves in these streets, dog.
Yeah.
In these streets, have you not seeing my moves, man? Like, don't follow me, follow my moves, bro. I did, Staples Center. Invaded Madison Square Garden with Big Cass. I got a cartoon coming out with Lisa Ann, Gallows and Anderson, and Rocky Romero. I mean, like I said, the world is my oyster as far as pro wrestling is concerned. Just don't expect me to do it if there's no crowd there.
Yeah. So that means that if AEW or one of these places hits you back up,
why are we going to ruin one of the last great entrances out there in the world? Because, quite frankly, if you've seen everybody else that's debuted in front of no crowd, it has less esteem, to say the least.
Great point. Yeah, it could just be burying yourself before you even get started to go out right now. I think it's a very good point.
I mean, if you're Dash and Dawson, I get it. These guys are hungry. They want to wrestle tomorrow, but I would have loved to see them two pop out in front of a crowd at AEW. You know what I mean?
And I saw right before the pandemic, you had a match at the Comedy Store with Brian Pillman Jr.
Oh, dude, I came up off my couch for real for that one, boy. I was not doing shit. I was smoking a whole bunch of weed. I was, drinking here and there, but I was eating pizza. I didn't give a fuck. Sounds
like a good night to me. Man.
I was just chilling, man. I was living life like I haven't been able to for years, you know. Like, granted, like I never really was a body guy. I never went in and tried to make myself look good. I just got by. But just getting by ain't easy either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to go out there and wrestle a few nights a week and watch the pizza consumption. You know, it doesn't.
It's
mean
not easy in Jersey, man. You moved to Jersey.
It hasn't been easy, bro. It hasn't been easy. So that was the first adjustment. Now I'm back on my note. Get my brolic on, dog.
Nice.
Hit
Flex
the
on it.
gym on it. Oh man, I've been trying to get back into ring shape, but beyond that, I mean, I'm in better shape now than I ever was on TV when people were watching, which is kind of funny. But at the end of the day, it's not where I'd like to be if I ever took my shirt off in an action film, in a fucking TV series, in a movie, and wrestling, whatever it is. You know, I just know that comeback, that change needs to be immense, to say the least.
I wonder if we're ever going to get to a point in time where wrestlers are not going to need a promotion and they're going to have enough of a following and fan base for them to throw their own shows and essentially cut out the middleman.
Thank you, guys. Hey, you want to see something funny? I have a shirt. I could show. I don't feel like getting up right now, but all right, I will. I have a shirt. All right.
The beauty of Zoom.
This is where we're gonna end this. All right. So I have a shirt. On the day that I was fired, the day that I was sent home of Raw 25, I gave this shirt out to people. Okay, in the locker room. All right. Now this shirt that I gave out to people is my new company that I was launching right around the time I got fired. It's called Laced Lips, okay? Now, look at this shirt.
Ooh.
Cut the middleman out.
See that?
Yep. Cut the middleman out.
Needs to be done
All right?
sometimes.
Now, here's the best part. I give out a bunch of those T-shirts, okay, to a bunch of guys in the locker room on the day from Raw 25. So I'm wearing a shirt that says, "Today is the best day of my life, Raw 25." The back of it says, "Can't wait for tomorrow, the day I get fired." I walk around and I hand a bunch of boxes out that say "Cut the middleman out" and have the new Real One logo on it.
What is the chance of that?
So, bro, if you don't believe in manifest destiny, if you don't believe in putting yourself exactly into the position that you wanted to be in with your back against the wall, like, you know, a hustler's going to be a hustler. It don't matter where you put me. I'm gonna figure out a way, you know, to get on top. And I did it faster than anybody in the history of that business in pro wrestling. And no one can say that I didn't, because I literally did.
No matter where they put you on God's green earth, you'll triple your worth.
Yep, that's it.
Yes, that's it.
Motherfucker.
That's it, man. I don't know who's responsible for that bar.
That was Jay-Z. Classic Jay-Z. But, yo, honestly, Enzo, I'm rooting for you, dude. I've seen the progress and the come-up just in the last few years between your music and just taking life by the balls and cutting out the middleman in general. So keep doing what you're doing, because you're inspiring a whole new generation of people out there, Enzo.
Yeah, we're going to see some shows, too, man. I guarantee you, like you said, it's mine for the taking. I mean, if you can get a good group of guys together, great wrestlers or a great, you know, band or a great rapper and or musician, and put them all together, you could sell out a show, baby.
Yeah, 100%. And he's not here right now, but keep in mind that Mr. Cheeks is a phone call away. You ever want Mr. Cheeks for a hook, we can set that up for you.
Oh, that would be a movie, man.
He's pissed that he missed tonight. He had to miss it at the last second, which means that hopefully we can have you back one of these days so you can meet Cheeks.
Man, I appreciate you, bro. Let's get to the Super Bowl tonight, guys.
Let's go.
Big Super Bowl tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna do numbers, bro. That debate is gonna do numbers, man.
Oh,
all right, guys, take it easy.
Have a good night, Enzo.
Thanks for coming out.
Later.
And there he goes, folks. This is the Ryan Show FM, broadcasting just about everywhere, and we will be continuing to broadcast after this music by DJ Honky Wonky. Hammons Dave, ready to get this crack wagon?
DJ Honky Wonky.
Let's go.
Ready to see is a bunch of crazy motherfuckers. Journey to the land of song, the winter of the spitting bomb marathon. Marathon. Whatever you choose, prepare to lose that title. Turn the vital situation suicidal. My idols is my uncles who start on the Bibles. Gave me a buck when I bust my first rifle. Administration cycles, I'll give it. I bring the press when you stop, I'll give stitches. Whatever, go crew for crew, blow for blow. Bang your head piece and sniff the snow off your hoe. Keep 'em rolling. How ugly do you have to be a hardcore MC? This is fooled by my blacks and my light skin complexion. My whole texture is balling, destroying the schools of the whack. From the land of the lost, you get tossed. Listen to my veloz, my crew's coming off. Yeah, more sneaky than casino switches. Digging ditches for all mosquito leaks. Clocking decimal figures, I'm getting out figures. Now my choice of truck is a land, cause a land crew's much bigger. It packs 2 to 3 years. Damn, I hate the gold digger. Yeah, give me that microphone. Make component shit like Tyson's home. I keep the jack cellular phone blown in 3 zones. Love seafood and keep my 9mm grown, so it can shine up your dome. When I proceed to give you what you need in clear spots like sea breeze. Record your getting style 24/7. Wow, my crew chin check your profile. I'm the master of disaster, super rhyme maker, grimy by nature, database maker, play 'em out like Sega, Saturn, blow your blocks and patterns for about 9 acres. Test these, crew wearing bulletproof and double Lexus, call Kanai down, camouflage can't hide the sounds of a 4-pound, giving you 6 flags plus a merry-go-round, but my crew stay ill with the unreal appeal. I be the raw water, my cheekbones ought to have gills, below like the opera, smooth on the trigger for all you glock. I'll be the key to criminology, blast and rotate enemies at $3.60. Pick me as your senator, take the love from your battlefield, son. Now swing Benatar, run, head for the hills. Back in the day, these bitches hit up on me with the trunk filled with bomber Brooklyns, sheeps and Quarterville. Hey, yo, take that, your money's mad for real. Body court chills as he aimed this 9 mil. Mine kills too, but my 9 was signed sealed and ready to deliver. But money had me too close to reach for toast. Hey, yo, blink, I broke close. Dash back to South on Jab with dollar bill to smoke dope. I keep on rolling.
This is DJ. Say what? On this motherfucker.
Get 'em.
Uncle Boomer, could you please get Uncle Keith Murray to tell us a bedtime story? Please.
Alright, you kids get the bed. I get the story about. Shout out Slick Rick 30th anniversary. DJ Goomer, y'all tucked in?
Here we go.
Once upon a time, not long in the past, where thugs wore Timbs and lived life fast, where laws were broken, kids misunderstood, and people misbehave and disrespect the hood. There was a good boy who was misled by bad gang members who messed up his head. Me and you, Quan, we gon' make some bread by robbing innocent folks and leave them for dead. They did the job, money was a breeze, but Quan couldn't stop us like he had a disease. He robbed the father and the mother and a sister and a brother, not knowing he was about to rob a DT undercover. The cop reacted when he pulled out the ratchet, said freeze, drop it, or I'll let you have it. Punched him in his belly and he crossed his jaw. Just then little kids walked out the store. That's when things started getting more frisky. He pressed the barrel against the cop's kidney. The cop drops his gun, Quan starts to figure, I'll do life if I kill this nigga. tucks the gun and runs up the street. Cops radios into mad police. Said about himself that he saw the captain. Got shot at, duck top back and kept clapping. Looked round running from expectations. He decided to head for the Sunoco station, but they was coming, so he made a right. Ran out of breath and jacked the car at the lights. Snatched the old lady out and swore he killed her. Looked down in relief, the gas tank was filled. Raced down, called Nav with the pedal to the floor. Hit Elmore and guess who he saw? Russ, the bass head smoking dust. Who don't know the meaning of toothpaste nor brush? Quan said, I need bullets, hurry up, run. The bass head pulled out the spanking chrome gun. He raced up the block, face full of sweat. Crashed into a tree near New York Tech. Escaped alive, though the car was wrecked. Full of anxiety, not knowing what's next. Gripped his gats, getting ready for static. Rat-a-tat-tatted and all the shots scattered. Ran out of bullets and he really started shooting. She told the cops, back off, or the old man gets it. Deep in his heart, he knew he was wrong. So he had no choice but to die strong. Siren sound and he seemed astounded. Before long, little Quan got grounded. His blood flowed, the scene got gory. And this is the way I had to end the story. He was only 16 in a madman's dream. At the funeral, I still hear his mom scream. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. The devil will lure you down the wrong path. Straight and narrow, all that's that. Good night. Knock him out the box, Goomba. Knock him out, son. What? Knock him out the box, Goomba. Knock him out, son. Yeah. What? Knock him out the box, Goomba. Knock him out, son.
Here we go.
Another DJ Goomba. Keith the Ruler. Presentations. Crumbs.
Things must come to an end. Yes, even this radio broadcast, it always comes down to it. Every week, the very final segment of the Ryan Show FM. But Hamptons, Dave, don't shed a tear, because people can follow us and check out what we have going on all week simply by going to their Instagram and following at The Ryan Show, our brand account. I know you're following that, right, Hamptons, Dave?
I am following that. I'm a big, I'm first like every time they drop a post, too.
Oh, we appreciate you, man. That's in-house love.
I'm a big fan.
Are you a fan of the website?
I am a fan of the website. I'm a fan of the two websites, because we don't just have one website. We're not that rinky-dink little, your mother's podcast. We're not your best friend's podcast.
We're not like every major company out there. We don't streamline all of our viewership to one single website. Why would we do that? For advertisers? Yeah. No, we're going to spread ourselves thin, and it makes no sense. So go to theryanshow.net for one thing and theryanshow.fm for the other. But in all seriousness, our news site, theryanshow.fm, is very different than theryanshow.net. We encourage everybody to go check it out. All types of news ranging from sports to entertainment. You never know what you're going to get. Big shouts to our writers, Mac Daddy, the Millennial General, Joe Skirto, and just a great team of writers that we have assembled. Sure is, Hams, Dave.
It's a great team, and I like that it keeps growing. I always see a video of Mac getting another person or somebody else joining the team. We want them all. We're taking over, and we want all the smoke out there for anybody that's hating on us.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that there's nobody. That's the one thing Matt keeps talking about, the haters, and I'm looking around like, who's hating on us? I don't see too much negativity, but I guess if there's not a lot of positivity, that there might be some silent negativity, and that tends to happen. Seems that a lot of people make posts throughout the day that I notice on my feed at least that talk about haters and people that are just viewing your just for the sake of viewing it and not showing any love.
That right now. I've seen a lot of those recently. A lot of people posting those.
What do you think? Do you think that's true? Do you think a lot of people listen and watch just to see people crash and burn? I guess it's kind of what society's all about these days, right?
Yeah, that and they just don't show love. I just think it's it surprises me, some of the pictures and some of the things that get more views than others. I don't get it. Why some people would like one thing but not like the other, and I just boils down to I think they're haters.
So you really just think it's a bunch of haters out there?
Yeah, but I love it. If you hating on me, I'm doing something right.
I mean, they're giving you attention in some way, right? I mean, I think it comes back to haunt you, though. I think that if people are looking at your content on Instagram and other places and not engaging, it might hurt you. I think that's what the algorithm is built for, so that when people see it and they don't react, then it won't be shown to more people. So, hey, if you're listening out there, be sure to support your friends. Don't leave them upset and posting things like, oh, everybody out there is hating on me, because it makes everybody look crazy. Show some love. If you're going to be on somebody's page all day peeping, then at least show some love. Otherwise, you really just might be what they call a hater, right?
Yeah.
You're screwing up somebody's thing. But, hey, on that note, check us out. We'll be back at the same time at the same station. Sneak dissing.
It's time to bring back the sneak diss.
Oh, my God. Do it. Bring it back and let us know your favorite sneak disses and insults. Sneak into Hamptons Dave DM and give him a good sneak diss at Hamptons Dave on IG. Follow our other co-host who couldn't make it here tonight, but he'll be here next week, Mr. Cheeks at The Real Mr. Cheeks 132. And for all other info, like we mentioned, check out our website, theryanshow.fm. Davey O, is there anything else that you'd like to say to the fine people out there listening tonight?
I just want everybody out there, serious note, COVID is raising out there. Everybody really be careful. This
COVID is raisins.
It's raisin. It's going
sounds
crazy
tasty.
out in New York. Yeah. It's rising.
Yeah, everybody be careful. Put your mask on. Stay inside,
mask.
6 feet apart. I kind of like it this way. I wouldn't mind if it stayed this way forever. Girls are prettier. I look better. I don't have to show my teeth. I don't have to shave. It's great.
You could be an alcoholic, too, because they can't smell it on your breath.
And, for some reason, even though your eyes are showing, I don't think you look as stoned. Like, I smoke and go into public now, and even though my eyes are red and glassy, it doesn't stand out as much for some reason with the mask on. I guess people look at the mask. I don't know. Don't ask me, but people don't call me out like they used to. So, on that note, once again, everybody check us out on the internet, theryanshow.fm for all things Ryan Show news, and theryanshow.net for all things Ryan Show details, descriptions. And if you want to listen to this very same show again before it is released on iTunes, go to theryanshow.net/affiliate-stations to find out where it's airing next.
Check us out on iTunes. Listen to all our old shows and listen to how I'm going to your girl.
We are bridging the gap here 1 week at a time until that bridge is built between Hamptons Dave and your chick's dorm room or bedroom or bedside.
Dorm room. I like that.
Yeah, wherever. Yeah, exactly. Wherever it is that you can sneak into, you'll be there. Folks, thanks for listening. We will be back next week. Over and out. Peace.